The Walt Disney Company has done a lot of genius things over the years, and you could write case studies about a dozen of the decisions that they've made. But in this video, I want to talk about 3 under the radar things that they do at their parks that help them achieve their goals. And the first one I want to start with is the Smellitizer.
What?
Have you heard of the Smellitizer? The Smellitizer refers to devices around the park that pump nostalgic scents through the park. So if you've ever visited Disney World, you know Main Street or Pirates of the Caribbean have really distinct smells. On Main Street, you think that it's authentic bakery smells. This isn't a bakery though. It's a concocted scent that's pumped through vents strategically placed around the park. I find this especially genius because it's playing on a sense that's often overlooked, the sense of smell. And the fact that Disney invested in creating such a nostalgic, wonderful experience with smell is just one of the many details that they use to keep you satisfied and in the park longer. That brings me to my next thing. Let's talk about what Disney actually wants you to do at their parks. Of course, they want you to have a great time, but in addition to that, it's spending money. And what better way to make you spend money than staying at the park longer? If you've ever visited an amusement park and you haven't had to wait in line, you know just how quickly you can hit every ride in the park. When it comes to Disney, you could be in and out within a couple hours probably, definitely within a morning. This would be terrible for Disney's business. They want you to stay at the parks all day so you can buy snacks and water and eat at their restaurants. They need you to stay at the park longer, despite the attractions only being like a couple hours worth of time. So what's a big asset for them when it comes to people spending time in the park? Long lines. If you've waited in lines at Disney World and you've waited in lines at the DMV, you know that Disney World's line waiting experience is significantly better. They've created worlds, they have videos, they have character interactions, they have air conditioning, which is a welcome relief on a super hot day. They've done everything they can to make standing in a line tolerable. So yeah, Disney has invested a ton of money making this 1 to 2 hour experience not only tolerable, but something that's kind of enjoyable. And this must be one of the highest return on investments in the park. You've got people waiting hours in line for multiple different attractions, which means they're going to spend their whole day with you. And if you can keep their enjoyment level high during that down period, then you've successfully achieved your goal of people spending as much time in the park as possible. These all file under the tactic of staying in the park longer, but Disney's immersive world is key. They used forced perspective around the park constantly. This is to make castles look bigger or streets look more whimsical. They have signage around the park, and this is a copywriting golden rule. You want people to focus on the next good thing. You don't want them to think about the bad thing. So there are no real exit directions on the park signs. It's just pushing you to the next attraction. You know what else helps with this? No trash. It's rumored that back in the day, Walt Disney would watch people walk through the park and found on average, people would walk 30 paces before wanting to put their trash down. So what did he do? He put garbage cans every 30 paces. This contributes to so little trash on the ground and such cleanliness at the Disney parks. Let's add this to the other things we've talked about: great smells, tolerable lines, and now an immersive world. All 3 of these things are deliberately genius ways to keep you having a good experience in the park for an entire day, when the attractions in the park are probably only worth 1 to 2 hours. If you find this stuff interesting, I talk about a lot of business stuff on this channel. I am a young channel, so hitting that like and that subscribe button would really, really help get me some visibility, and I would greatly appreciate it. Otherwise, I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.